For those of you who've missed the latest Porn News Today live video podcast hosted by me, Alex Mayers, here's your chance to catch up. And make sure you check out pornnewstoday.com for the latest commentary on how the American adult entertainment industry intersects with politics, mainstream entertainment, and how we relate to each other as human beings on this planet as a whole. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video podcast of Porn News Today Live. Alex Mayers here with some breaking news. The president of the Adult Performers Actors Guild Union, Alana Evans, just dropped quite the bomb on social media a little bit earlier today. According to Alana Evans' tweets, President Donald Trump may have spent some time with a trans woman who most likely would be a porn star. Now, I'm simply going to read to you Alana Evans' tweets, but I do want to add that from my perspective, Alana Evans would not recklessly post false information in regards to Donald Trump, because as many of you who follow political news are aware, it is Alana Evans who corroborated Stephanie Clifford, aka Stormy Daniels' account of her sexual liaison many years ago with Donald Trump. Now, here are the tweets. It saddens me and infuriates me to see what real Donald Trump is trying to do with his quote-unquote sex classification. Along my path this year, I've had trans women come to me whom he has had sex with. I wish they would come forward. I am 100% serious. I've mentioned it in interviews before, and most media outlets chose not to report it because I refuse to out the women. Now, in response to someone questioning the validity of Alana Evans' claim, she responds, "Laugh out loud. I know for a fact it's real, but you can be an asshole if you want to. Free country, right?" And in response to the multitudes of people who asked her why they haven't come forward, Alana Evans responded, "They would pay with their lives. This is why they won't come forward, and why I won't say who they are. But they exist. Trump is ashamed with his own sexual identity. This is why he's taking it out on our trans community." Now, for those of you who are not aware, just this past weekend, the New York Times did report that the Trump administration is working on another anti-LGBTQ policy. I'm just going to read to you very quickly something that was reported on Vox.com. President Donald Trump's administration is working on yet another anti-LGBTQ policy, the New York Times reported over the weekend. According to Erica Green, Katie Benner, and Robert Pear at the Times, Trump's Department of Health and Human Services is considering an interpretation of the federal civil rights law that bans sex discrimination in federally funded schools that would define sex as either male or female, unchangeable, and determined by the genitals that a person is born with. HHS is the primary agency working on the draft proposal, but according to other agencies, including the Departments of Education, Justice, and Labor, are expected to adopt it as well should the administration move forward with the change. And if you want to read that entire article in its entirety, all you have to do is go over to Vox.com. But wow, isn't that interesting what Alana Evans stated today? And if you do go through her tweets post to the bomb that she dropped, she does note that she has mentioned this particular element in previous interviews that the mainstream media has attained from her in regards to Donald Trump. But according to Ms. Evans, none of the mainstream media news outlets were willing to come forward with the bomb that she dropped today in regards to Donald Trump allegedly having spent time with a transgender woman. However, fortunately, I exist. So once more, thank you for watching another short podcast of Porn News Today Live. See you later. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another video podcast of Porn News Today Live. I'm your host, Alex Mayers. Tonight's video podcast is going to revolve around a tweet from Freedom Program, a special project in regards to the empowerment and well-being of women. This particular tweet was retweeted by a friend of mine on social media known as Angry Publicist. And make sure that all of you follow her because Angry Publicist consistently has her finger on the pulse of what it takes for the well-being of adult performers and sex workers. Now let's just go ahead and get into the tweet. It's actually an excellent primer or blueprint when it comes to deciphering between Mr. Right versus Mr. Wrong. Throughout my time as an adult performer, I consistently noticed that quite a few of my female peers often got themselves into trouble because they ended up with either boyfriends, pimps, agents, publicists, or who knows who else, who were very abusive and psychologically detrimental to them. Before I read this list, I want you all to remember that anyone in life who's good for you will consistently build you up. They will not tear you down or make you feel bad about who you are. Mr. Wrong, an abusive man. He shouts, sulks, smashes things, glares, calls you names, makes you feel ugly and useless, cuts you off from your friends, stops you working, never admits he is wrong, blames you, drugs, drinking, stress, etc. Turns the children against you, uses the children to control you, never does his share of the housework, never looks after the children, expects sex on demand, controls the money, threatens or wheedles you to get his own way, seduces your friends, sister, or anyone else in your life, expects you to be responsible for his well-being. Now that's Mr. Wrong, but let's take a look at who's Mr. Right and who's the kind of man that every woman needs to seek out when it comes to getting themselves into a healthy relationship. A non-abusive man is cheerful, consistent, supportive, tells you you look good, tells you you're competent, uses your name, trusts you, trusts your judgment, welcomes your friends and family, encourages you to be independent, supports your learning, career, etc., admits to being wrong, is a responsible parent, is an equal parent, does his share of the housework, accepts that you have a right to say no to sex, shares financial responsibility, takes responsibility for his own well-being and happiness, and in short, behaves like a reasonable human being. Now, before I leave you all tonight, I highly encourage that all the adult performers who follow me and watch my videos also follow a good friend of mine known as Ruby. Her Twitter account is JRax, and she's the vice president of the Adult Performers Actors Guild Union. Like myself, at times she becomes a little frustrated and disenchanted with the state of civil rights pertaining to sex workers, adult performers, and especially women. But she is one of the hardest working women that I've ever met. So make sure that you listen to what she has to say and pay attention to her educational and insightful tweets. Once more, I'm Alex Mayers with Porn News Today Live. Have a good night. Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to another video podcast of Porn News Today Live. I gotta tell y'all something. I have been waiting years for what I am about to report to all of you today. Something, or should I say someone, phenomenal has just returned to the porn industry. What or who am I talking about? A young woman by the name of all things, Tiana Trump. Do not forget that name. Tiana Trump. I'm actually going to have to do a multi-part series on all that Tiana Trump is, because Tiana Trump is everything. She is everything. She is what the porn industry should have been several years ago, but it wasn't. And the fact that she, as of current, is positioned to become even bigger than Jenna Jameson is, it shouldn't have happened. It just should not have happened. It's a fluke, but it has happened. And I am so excited about it. Let me tell y'all a little bit about Tiana Trump. I don't even know very much about her yet. I'd heard the name when she first came out, never looked into her. But just by chance tonight, I looked into who she is. And I must say, I'm a fan. Because she's not just an adult actress. In fact, I'll go as far as to say that I don't even think she should be a porn star. I think that Ryan Seacrest needs to get a hold of her, and I think that she should be a reality star, because she has already become a reality star independently on her own via her social media.
So, like I said, porn is not like my main source. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't make a lot of money in porn. So, we would host. So, we would do football parties. I'm not going to say which team we did. It's not none of nobody's business. But, so we would do football parties. So, it would be whoever booked it, would book the bitches. So, sometimes we couldn't get all porn stars. Sometimes we had to bring strippers in. Sometimes, somebody's best friend had to come. So, bitch, at those parties, bitches' pussy stank. One time, a bitch had to fuck in the shower all night because her pussy stunk so bad.
But like I said, she's not just an adult actress. First off, as an adult actress, she's probably one of the most universally appealing American adult actresses that's ever set foot on a porn set. But forget about that. Forget about her beautiful looks, okay? Just forget about that. She's smart. And she's honest. And she single-handedly has blown the lid off of so many secrets that the powers that be that control the adult entertainment industry do not want the general populace to know about. That it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love her.
People really, since I've been in porn, treat me different. Y'all, I used to have hella friends. Because my personality, bitch, I used to have hella friends in high school. And whenever I started doing porn, they don't really hang out with me no more. I think it's because they think I'm trying to fuck them. Like, bitch, listen here. I've only done 3 lesbian scenes. I am not a lesbian. I'm about 10% cool with women. You know what I mean? And I think bi would be 50, because you're half and half. Bitch, I'm 10%. I just had really bad experiences with women.
I love her. And there's so many elements that need to be discussed about who Tiana Trump is. But I suppose we can just start with the fact that she's one of the few black, or should I say partially black, adult actresses that has told the raw truth about the racism in the porn industry. And how appropriate, considering that one of the porn industry's top directors, Greg Lansky, just shot her for blacked.
But when you first start, shit's hard. It's hard. People treat you like shit. You're not, because you're not a name. They don't know you, and they think everyone always thinks they're better than you. Especially a lot of the white girls. I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm not racist. I'm half fucking black. I'm half black and white, and I love my dad. God, and my friend here's white. But a lot of the scenes that I've done with the white girls, they have thought that they were a little more. I remember one time I did a scene, and this girl was like, are you half black? And I was like, yeah. She was like, I've never worked with a black girl. And I was like, bitch, get the fuck out of here! Because we were doing an oral scene together, and she was like, do I get my interracial fee? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she was lucky that I was skinny back then, because if a bitch was the bitch now, if I was if I could put myself back in that situation, I would have been kicked out of porn. Because y'all, porn is racist. Oh, racist as shit.
But I'll tell you, when I first saw that press release, I thought to myself, now, I thought Tiana Trump was black. How's she going to be in black? Well, I'll tell you how she's going to be in black. They have brought Mick Blue out of the attic, and she has blacked him. Yeah. And look, I am not going to sit here and promote any adult content, but I did see the trailer for her debut via Greg Lansky, and it's beautifully shot. It truly is. I am very impressed. But like I said, this girl, she's not a porn star. She's a reality star. I really hope that someone in the mainstream industry gets a hold of her. Now, already, Kendra Lust has tried to sabotage her career, and we're going to talk about that in the next Porn News Today live podcast. But I got to just roll this out to all of you in chunks. Can't do it all at once, because like I said, Tiana Trump, she's everything. I'm not even sure if she's for real. I think she is. She could be some sort of a character that someone manufactured. I don't know. Look at that name, Tiana Trump. I hope she's a Democrat. But take a look at this clip in regards to what she has to say when it comes to the racism within the American porn industry, because I've been talking about this stuff for years, but she outlines it quite well. So once more, I'm Alex Mayers with Porn News Today Live. I'll see y'all soon. Tiana Trump, what a wonderful Kwanzaa gift she's been for me. See y'all.
Porn, like I said, it is racist. It is. I don't think it's like in your face racist, but like, okay, I don't even know how to explain it. Elise probably can explain it because she's in porn right now, and I haven't done it in a while. It's been a minute. It wasn't super racist for me, and it's probably not super racist for her either, because she's light skinned, so she can kind of do different like genres of porn. So she can probably play like a Spanish woman. She can play a black woman. She could probably play a white bitch. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit. I gotta get off. I only have a couple minutes left on the slide. It's damn, bitch, I've been here for so long. It's counting me down. Okay, porn's racist. So pretty much is that like have you ever seen a black bitch win a Performer of the Year for AVN? Never. You've never seen it. You probably won't for a little while. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. There's not a lot of black porn stars that are popping nowadays. And if they are, name them. Name them. There aren't. Remember Roxy? Remember Misty? Remember, bitch, the Capri Styles? Remember Pinky? Remember all that? You know, they were big back then, bitch. What the fuck happened? You know what I mean? Because it's racist.